Right, okay, so we're here with
Caden.
Andrew.
dominating display. How would you analyse that game?
Just
outstanding.
great display. I think Murphy had the game of his life. Murphy was so impressive, really. Some just great goals, some great breakaways. Crystal Palace, I think, were short of players, weren't they? Yeah. But still a great game, tremendous.
Yeah, you can only beat what's in front of you. So
they did it well. They did it really well. Yeah. That's all you can ask.
Defence was just solid. Just tight at the back, that's all we need.
Lascelles, he was very Marmite at the start of the season. A lot of fans thought, oh, he's a bit rubbish or whatever. Oh, no. He's literally impressed every single time he's played. What's your thoughts on him as well? Another clean sheet.
Well, I think Eddie Howe's improved every player. You know, he's improved Murphy, he's improved Lascelles. It's amazing.
Is Murphy a man of the match? Because you mentioned Murphy.
Has to be man of the match. He was out of this world today. But you're right, Lascelles is playing really well, but you've got to give Eddie Howe credit because all of these players are playing well under him, you know, so it was just a great performance.
Just like a spot-on replacement for Botman, that's all I can say.
Man of the match for you?
Murphy, it's got to be.
Yeah. Is that one of our strongest positions? Because obviously we did sign Barnes as well. He's went down injured. We've got Gordon who's just come back today. We've got a lot of different options that are available. Plus Anderson as well. Can play on the wing.
Anderson can play, yeah. Anderson can play there. We've got a few different options. You know, you could play Wilson in the middle and Isaac could play there. So, yeah, loads of options.
Yeah, we've got a tough game on Wednesday. How do you see that going? Obviously we couldn't have gotten much of a better result to take into that game.
We'll be here on Wednesday night. It'll be great. It'll be a fantastic atmosphere. That's what it's all about.
What's your score prediction? Alright.
Another 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
2-0.
Yeah, another clean sheet.
1-0 or 3-0.
1-0
to Newcastle.
3-0, yeah. Is that the toughest game that we've got? Because obviously it was a group of death that we've drawn against. In your opinion, was that the toughest, or was it PSG? Or
look, they're all tough, aren't they? Really, and it's new for us. But you know, just the way they're playing.
Get in.
The way they're playing, it's tremendous.
Yeah. How far do you see we're going in the Champions League as well?
Well, it'd be nice to get out of the groups, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
if we could get out of the groups, that would be a plus, really.
We're fifth in the league as well at the moment of recording. Yeah, there's obviously other matches to play. Considering we had the baptism of fire at the start of the season, how would you rate the season?
I'm very happy. You know where we are. I think very happy. I think we're playing well. That's all you can ask. Yeah. You know.
Where do you reckon we can go in Champions League and Premier League this season? So you don't need to tell at the minute. But
look, if we get the top 6 and get so far in the Champions League. It's all about the cups, isn't it? Yeah. We want a cup run really this year. But no complaints.
Yeah, like top 4 Premier League, and then I'm going to get a cup or something.
Yeah, well, we've got a separate video here. We asked Newcastle fans before the match as well about the Tonale situation as well. Yeah. But just while we're here, how do you see that situation going? Do you think it's going to be a long ban, a little ban? What do you reckon?
I see it's a long ban.
What do you reckon time-wise?
Same as Ivan Toney, 6 months, 6, 7,
8
something
months,
like that, you know. Yeah, you've got to say it'll be something like that. It's a shame. But, you know, we'll look after him, really, so...
You come on for that. Do you reckon he'll start the next game, or how do you see it going? Do you reckon...
It depends how quick they come up with this ban, really, doesn't it? It's all about that. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the ban as well? Because obviously he'd signed no and he'd kind of done the ban as well. Do you feel a little bit cheered or full sympathy for the player?
Well, I think the club might have to look into it further, you know. Did their club know? Tonali definitely knew there was a problem, but did they know? I don't know.
If he's out for a year, do you reckon a loan is kind of the option, or do you reckon we've got enough cover?
Loan, Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips, yeah.
I'm happy with what we've got. I think Anderson could slot in, you know. I'm happy with what we've got.
Yeah. Right, okay, so we're here with... Chris, how would you analyse that game?
Beautiful, wasn't it? I mean, managed to miss 2 goals with this fella wanting away at half time, but other than that, first time I've been to a game since Rafa Benitez was in charge, so unreal. It's just the buzz around the place. It's just something else at the minute. Like,
man of the match?
Oh, man of the match. That's a good question. That I don't know. Joe Linton, I think for me, it was good to see him back. Yeah. He adds a little bit of an extra dimension to Newcastle at the minute, I think.
Yeah. Tonali off the bench.
Oh, me lads, you sure the same as Shannon.
He reckons he's a professional, this lad.
Yeah, jump in.
Off the bench. It's lovely, you know, to see the club rally around him like they do. It's great to see that in a modern game. The bloke's clearly struggling, like, and more of that sort of stuff's needed in the world. Like,
what's your thoughts on the ban? What are you expecting? Are you expecting a year, 3 year? What do you think will happen?
I think you'll get the 8 months like the other lad in Juventus, and that's probably just. But the key, I think, is that we'll look after his well-being and his mental health, to be honest, because that's I'm a big proponent of mental health and struggle with it myself. So it's good to see a club like Newcastle really put it to the fore there, actually, because it's what we need.
Yeah, and that win, they couldn't really ask for much more. Four goals, attack and dominant display going into Wednesday, a crucial game. What does that do for Wednesday?
I mean, this place is bouncing. I wasn't here at the PSG game, but I mean, it's going to be a special place on Wednesday.
Score prediction for that one?
Oh, I don't know, 5, 6, 7. Picking out the hat. I don't know. It's gonna be special, whatever it is. I think so. I mean, this team is bouncing at this place at the minute. It's an absolute cauldron in a theatre at the minute, and yeah, it's going to be a special place, whatever happens.
Would you start Tonali, because obviously he's come on, so that's kind of integrated him a little bit?
A lot can happen, I think, between now and Wednesday, but no, probably not. No, probably not. I think he needs a bit of protection, and I think that's what Eddie Howe's doing, quite rightly, to be honest. And there's whatever happens, there's good players to come in and do a job, anyways.
Yeah, we've been impressive so far in the Champions League. I know it's only been a few matches, but how do you see that go in the Champions League?
I said to him, and I wish I'd put a bet on it, we'll go unbeaten at home. And I think, and I wish I'd put some money on it. And I think we will. I do think we'll go unbeaten at home. I think the only one that could potentially scupper us is Paris away. But I think for the rest of it, we'll do all right. I think we'll get there. Despite most of it.
Do you think Paris will be up for it? Because obviously we did give them a bit of a spanking.
They have to be, really. Like the O's one, to be honest. And I mean, Kylian Mbappe looked like a passenger, didn't he, against us last time? So I think that's the only potential banana skin.
Yeah. And then where do you see we're finishing the league now? Because obviously at the start we had a poor start. We did have a baptism of fire, rather, because we placed all the top teams. I think we're fifth now. That could change by the time this goes out and the rest of them play, but that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. No, I totally agree. And the extra place of the Champions League, the 5th place, possibly works for us. If we're finished 8th this year, I'd be quite happy, because that's really where we deserve to be last year, to be honest. We're kicking above our height, and we should just compose ourselves a little bit, baby steps. So if we're to get in the Europa League next year, I think we should be happy with that.
Right, okay then, guys. So we're here with
David.
Dan.
Diggo.
Dylan.
How would you analyse that game there? 4-0 clean sheet.
Perfect, actually, to be honest. I'm very happy with it.
What was your predictions before, if you're being honest?
4-0.
4-0, yeah, you called it.
Yeah, 3-0.
2-0.
2-1.
2-1, fantastic. And then that's obviously going to build our confidence for a tough game on Wednesday. How do you see that match going?
I think we're going to beat them. We'll turn them over. We'll go top of the group. That's us, isn't it? That's us.
I think it'll be a draw.
I think it'll be tighter than the PSG game, definitely. But
is this the toughest game that we got in the group?
yeah, I'd probably say so.
In the group of death, yeah?
Apart probably Dortmund away, maybe.
No, PSG away will be the toughest game.
Do you reckon they're going to be out for it? Because obviously we did give them a bit of an embarrassing result.
Aye. They will be out for it.
Yeah.
I think PSG away will be the toughest game we get.
I go to PSG away.
No.
A man of the match for the day as well?
Four.
There's a few to choose. It's always a good thing when there's a few to choose from.
Either Trippier or Murphy.
Murphy, yeah?
Gonna go Sean Longstaff.
I'm going to go Murphy.
I'm going to go Murphy as well. What a
And
Geordie.
Lascelles at the start of the season got a lot of stick off Newcastle fans, a bit Marmite sort of thing. Every time he's come in, he's done well, kept another clean sheet today. How have you made his performances this season?
I didn't like him, mate.
Still not like him. What's he got to do?
I just didn't like him. But
Yeah, I still don't think he's great. I mean, he's done well since he came in, but I still don't think he's anywhere near the standard.
I'm going to go against the green here. I'm going to say he's done nothing wrong, actually. I think he's done really well.
Simple.
He keeps it simple and he does his job.
Has he done enough to keep his position when Botman comes back, or is it?
I think if I was him, I'd feel pretty good at if I got Joff for Dortmund. I'd be pretty good, personally.
If Botman is fit, does he come straight back in?
yes.
Yeah.
If he's fully fit.
Probably, yeah. It's probably quite harsh on Lascelles, but unfortunately for Lascelles, Botman will come back in, yeah.
Yeah, and Tonali as well, come off the bench. Was that the right decision, do you reckon? Or
It was, to be fair, for his confidence. He's done that good.
Yeah, I think it could be the last time I've ever seen him in a Newcastle shirt. So
do you reckon?
No.
nah, for like a year or two, I reckon.
He'll get like a year ban, but we'll see him again next year. And I think the fans gave him the right reception, and hopefully he just keeps on working on himself for the next year.
Yeah, and then we're fifth in the league now. It's probably going to change by the time this video airs and stuff like that, because we've got Man U playing and all the rest of them. But we had a baptism of fire, rather. We had some very tough games and stuff. How do you analyse the season? It seems like a season of two halves almost.
I mean, at the moment, I'm happy with our results. We're like pretty consistent still, I would say. But to be honest, I'd be happy with like a top 7 finish this season.
Top
still.
7, yeah.
I'd still be
Yeah, I
happy
think at
with
the start of the season we got unlucky quite a bit, but there's a lot of good teams at the top now. We've got Brighton, Villa and that, so I'd be happy with top 7, top 8 this season.
I would say top 5, mate.
I think with this, when you look at the statistical analysis of the start we had the hardest start out of anyone in the league. So for how we've came now, I think we're doing really well. So I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest.
Last question as well. So I know we're a little bit away from the January transfer window, but one signing, if we sign someone in January, who would you like to see? What position?
Calvin Phillips, yeah.
Calvin, is that just a replacement for Tonali sort of thing?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Calvin Phillips or maybe even... Yeah, probably Calvin Phillips, to be fair.
Yeah.
He was saying Mbappe. He wants Mbappe
Yeah.
on the right.
That's class.
Keep him around after we play, yeah.
Aye, definitely.
Is Messi too much to ask for?
Would you say? Would you?
No, I'd probably say Calvin Phillips, to be honest.
Is that
Realistic.
Calvin Phillips is realistic, and you do a solid job in the team. He hasn't got much minutes at Man City, and when he was at Leeds, he was a good player. So I think you do a good job here.
You mentioned midfield. Is that purely because Tonali? Do you not think? Because obviously you don't like Lascelles or whatever. Do you think that's the most important position? The midfield?
No, I don't like Longstaff or Anderson. It's
He's done class as well, Longstaff.
oh no, but
He'll be honest.
it's a little bit lifted. I'm being honest there.
No, I think with Tonali out, we'll definitely get a midfielder in. I mean, we could do a replacement centre-back as well, because obviously we haven't got many replacements, only really a sell. So if one of them gets injured, well, Botman's injured, so we haven't really got many options apart from the GOAT, Paul Dummett. But
I've got Paul Dummett's signature as well.
I think apart from Calvin Phillips, I'd like some sort of backup centre half we could have, because we'd be very lucky to go through the season with both of our centre halves staying fit all season. So a centre half and someone like Calvin Phillips would be nice.